Hello world, hi everyone. We go back and today we have another laptop job. This Acer and in particular is an Acer V15, the exact model V3 minus 572G. What the uses with this laptop? Nothing particularly complexed, only a low performance of the machine, and the customer asked me to do upgrade hardware to improve performance. Is a nearly good machine, an i7 4th generation with a dedicated video card, an GeForce 840 mobile, but it has a few memory, only 4 GB of RAM, so I propose him to upgrade with a new SSD instead of the mechanical 500 hard disk drive, and upgrading the RAM until 8 GB minimum. I look on the specific of the on the laptop with the tool hardware info you can find on internet, is freeware, to see the configuration of the machine, if it has one or more SODIMM socket. Okay, it seems to have only one by the software, but I suggest you never accept as low what tell you the software. Sometimes the program mistake, and even to do the test if the SODIMM that we have in house is good. They are SODIMM DDR3 low voltage 1.35 volts, and so we go opening the laptop to see the real situation. I think it's right, maybe that there is only one socket for the SODIMM, but we must try the new SODIMM, so we need to open the same, and in this case we do a better job because we go to check if is right the situation. And the opening, we will do the extraordinary maintenance, cleaning the CPU fan, replace the thermal paste, and have a look if there is something else wrong. Okay. This Acer has a lot of screw. So it is helpful electric screwdriver like this. Obviously, it's nothing is compulsory, but I suggest you the best solution. I work a lot for years with the manual screwdriver. It's only that you make less time, and less time to repair is less time to earn money, and you can do more job and earn more. Okay, now we open with the opener. I use this one, I fix it, but there is the Italian Sesamo. You can utilize the one you prefer. You find everywhere on internet. Be carefully here. the machine is the type with the Highland keyboard, so the keyboard is soldering to the upper case, the palm rest, and you must be careful to pay attention to the flat cable of the keyboard. If you open too much with too much strength, you can, here as you can see are the cable. We must do carefully the touchpad. The keyboard is the old one version with the tooth of plastic on the left and right side. As you can see, we remove the upper case, and here is the one where the RAM is on the other side of the board. So only to test the new RAM we must disassemble completely the RAM. Here is even broken the hinge, so we must put a little of glue before closing the chassis. Let's go on quickly to open. Remember, flat the cable and then remove. Attention, there is the glue on the HDD, otherwise when you remove the drive you damage the flat cable. Two screw for the hard disk drive. And a little pressure, and then lit off. Here is the mechanical hard drive. Now the cable, the LVDS cable of the video. Remember, we have just removed the battery. Otherwise, if is in this kind is external, but in the internal one, you must do the first thing you do, remove the battery. Remember. Now the screw for the main board that are signed with the triangle. You can see here the triangle. I'll zoom a little so that you can see better. Okay, not too much. I try to find the right compromise. Okay. 1, 2. Then the antenna, the wireless card antenna cable. Okay, you can remove completely, and then the antenna. The fan connector. Remember the position behind the support of the Wi-Fi card. Sorry, I eat too much for the celebrating of my wife. And now I think I will go a tea break as we have finished. Okay, the speaker connector, and then we must remove the fan screw to remove all the heat sink. Before the fan. Okay, and then the main board with the heat sink. Okay, here is the power connector, and no, as I told you, there is the second SODIMM socket. As I told, the software don't recognize the one empty. For the software, it told me that there was only one SODIMM socket. For this, we must always check physically. Even when you find you are looking for a spare part, you can find with the part surfer of the various OEM, HP, Lenovo, but never trust 100%. Sorry, I replied to the phone. I'm back. Let's go on, and we have a look to everything. As I told you, when I make a maintenance, I check everything. Look for the battery, for the status of the CMOS battery, and is good, as you can see on the multimeter, left corner, 3.28 is right. The RAM is a Samsung PCL3, as I told you. The software tells me the specific, and 11 minus 13 minus before are the timing, cast last timing, the timing of the speed of the with the chip communication. Now we must see what I have. Meanwhile, we do the maintenance, replacing the thermal paste. Then we test the RAM, and so we can confirm the quote to the customer and call him. A little of isopropylic alcohol. We remove the old thermal paste. Here, as I told you before, we have the CPU with the chipset together, and the base video card Intel, and the GPU NVIDIA with its memory, the VRAM dedicated. Remove, cleaning even the heat sink dissipator. Okay, remove any trace. Some of you can ask himself why I use a lot the air compressor, because of to remove any kind of little piece of thermal paste that can remain on the board, and then it is conductive and may put in short the other component of the main board. Okay, the new thermal paste. Remember, this is a standard quality thermal paste. It has a thermal conductivity of 1.93 watt millimeter, and thermal resistance less than 0.220 Celsius degree. Is a medium quality. Obviously, for other kind of machine like gaming PC, you can use a better one, but for this machine, it's good this kind of thermal paste. has a good quality specification. And normally for the gaming PC, for my experience, when it's possible, it is better to use the liquid cooling system with the intercooler, the external intercooler, for the better performance. You may normally less work the CPU in standby in low performance, no more than 13.2 degree. That is good. Then there are the other thermal paste with high performance, like liquid metal, that are used a lot on the game console like PlayStation, Xbox. They are good for the high performance, but you must be enough expert to put on the chipset, because you must put very few, only nearly a little bit, and in base of the socket of the CPU you must put around the isolator, so that it can't split on the main board and damage the other component. The liquid metal is 100% conductive, so when it go out from the chipset, it made short on the main board. Okay, sorry, I took the RAM. I'm back. I found on the my donor drawer, you can see a bit more. Okay. I'm sorry, but for now I don't have the possibility to buy a new and better camera with auto zoom. I can spend 300 euro for a new cam. I told you, here is the timing of the chip, the working time of the chip. As you can see, we have, sorry, I try to let you see better. We have 11, 13 before, and I don't have exactly. I have this Kingston that is 1113 B3, and so for normal use is better to have the same timing, otherwise you can have a malfunction, resetting, or even the different from the compatibility of the producer OEM. Sometimes there are no compatibility, so it's better to put the same module of same manufacturer. I find it these are Nimbix and are the same timing, 11 11 and F3. We must try if it work fine, so we put the two identically, I forgot this time. Remember that before doing this operation, it's better always to upgrade the BIOS, so you have the the major possibility of compatibility about the RAM. A minute, I reply at the phone. I'm back, sorry, it was a long call. I reassemble meanwhile a little the machine, so we can test if the RAM is good for this machine. Allora. Sorry, I must control the LVDS cable is right. And now it seems this RAM is not good. Another time, switch on. The machine start. Let's see if enter on the firmware on the BIOS. No, it seems you don't enter on the firmware. No, and is switch off. So is this kind of RAM maybe is incompatible, or we need a BIOS update. As I told you, my mistake, I forgot to do before. Now we remove quickly all to reput I fix only one screw because I know that can be not work. The fan. We must try if we succeed without. We can, but it's better to remove the fan. Never work correctly. This respect to the original one is a little bit slower. The second timing is 11, meanwhile 13, and the dirt a little faster, F3, but is always lower because the minor second 11 is lower than 13. Allora, we can put even, we can try a new module. so it's better. We can even upgrade more in future. T- Sorry, I before we switch on, I try to upgrade the BIOS. Hopla. Hopla. Where is the connector? Sorry, I mistake. I mirror the board. We put only the essential. As I told, only to upgrade the BIOS, power supply, video. Okay, the fan. The fan. Here we put the Wi-Fi only to do not short. Okay. This cable is a little complicated because it has the cable flat very short. Allora, 1 minute. I would try to let you see, but it's hard, as I told you, because I must put the uppercase too much near to the main board to connect. Sorry, here we remember that is broken the hinge just a little. Okay. The cable is in place. Now the trackpad, sorry. Okay, and just a little to switch on. Okay, finally we succeeded. We enter the BIOS and we can see that the BIOS version, sorry, is Wine.09. Now with the model I go on the Asher site and we will go if there is an upgrade. Support session, accept cookie. Sorry, I let you see the browser. Okay, with the model v3-572G, and this one, let's go. What a stress. And let's have a see to the BIOS. And yeah, we have an upgrade from 109 is old. The version board is 2014. We arrived to 1.32. We download on my machine. Okay, decompress with set zip. I use, you can use every zipper you want, and this is the BIOS, the Windows version. So we must load the Oasis. I prefer, when it's possible, the DOS version or the new BIOS have the inside flash utility. For me it's always better. In Windows is a little more dangerous if the software isn't developed well and projected well. Sometimes do not do some verification and may crash the machine. Sorry, antenna cable is missing, but not a problem. Okay, sorry, a minute. I took the USB stick for and we put on the BIOS key. This is a specific key that I made with the HP tools for building a bootable key to upgrade the BIOS. And we have here our BIOS. So disconnect the key. Okay, and we are ready to come on the customer machine. Now is loading the operating system. Just a while, and we will go to update the BIOS, the UEFI firmware. So then we can try the RAM again. But I think it's better to put the new one, even for the customer in future. If we want to upgrade another time, you can upgrade until the maximum 16 GB of RAM. Sorry, a minute. I must go to the bathroom. Network claim patents. I'll be back. Sorry, finally I'm back. I upgraded the BIOS and test the visualize correctly the amount of the old memory. Now we reopen to try the new RAM. Okay. Okay, we remove the old one. Okay. Okay. We reassemble quickly to test that recognize correctly the new RAM. I decided to put one new 8 GB of RAM, so if the customer in the future won't upgrade, it will be more practical to update. Okay, sorry, I'm very sorry, but I can't let you see, otherwise I don't suss to put the ecco the cable flat. We put the sensor. And I think that I will produce to the customer the two quote, one with 8 GB and the second with 16. Just switch on, enter into the BIOS to see if the new RAM are accepted. Allora, be patient. I'm looking if I connect every kind correct. Yes, try again. We switch on the machine. Wait a while because we reset the BIOS. No, sorry, my mistake. I forgot the LVDS cable. Pardon. Is normal. Even with experience we do mistake, remember always. Okay, we have the picture. So this microphone break my ball. Okay, and as you can see we have 8 gig of RAM. Okay, the machine recognized correctly with the upgrade of the BIOS. So I made the quote to the customer, as I told you, for the upgrade with 8 giga and the SSD, and with the 16 giga, and we have a look what he decided. We'll continue the video after he decided. Finally, I'm back. I called the customer and he accepted the quote for the hardware expansion with the 8 GB of RAM and the SSD. So now stop the video. I let you the software procedure. Tomorrow morning I will clone the HDD on the new SSD, and I will finish the software configuration. Okay, hope to see you soon, as soon as possible at the next one. Bye, Francesco.